Yo, what's going on, everybody? I am back. So, in today's video, we're going to be talking about everything that you need to do Tier 5 Kuudra. This is going to be kind of from more of a beginner's standpoint, so we're not going to be including any bone rending stuff right now, but I will be learning that in the future, as I'm just a little bit MP short to actually do it efficiently. But yeah, we're just going to be going over all the basic items that you need to do Tier 5 Kuudra, and what I would kind of recommend as a baseline. So let's get into it. Let's just get it started right away with armor sets, not wasting any time. Ember set, you just need it. You don't need anything on it, just a base Ember set is fine. Rekindled does not work for this, you need it to be normal Ember. For your clear set, you don't need much, honestly. Personally, I have Fiery and Burning mix with just Mana Pool 5, and then I have Mana Regen on the chest plate. The only things you really need here is to make sure you have Hardened Mana 7 on your armor. Wisdom helps, and then if you're struggling to survive, Refrigerate 5 on the Wither Goggles is a nice touch. Only put Refrigerate on the Wither Goggles, as it's kind of useless on the rest of the pieces, but is very helpful on the Wither Goggles if you're ever going to play Master Mode Mage later down the line. Onto the Crimson. Terror. Warden Helmet. Need it. Whatever. Again, Strong Mana is the main thing we need here. Strong Mana and Legion on everything. Outside of that, for the Terror, you want to upgrade it as much as possible, preferably getting it to base Infernal eventually, but 10-star Fiery works too. And for the attributes, you want Lifeline and Mana Pool. I have 10-10, which is a little bit aggressive, but as a start for this tier, I would recommend 7-7, or at the very, very, very minimum, Lifeline 7, Mana Pool 6. Other than that, the gemstones are kind of up to you. If you need more strength, go for Jaspers. If you need more crit damage, go for Onyx. But yeah, the armor's pretty straightforward. Other than that, make sure you have strong mana on everything, as it heavily buffs your damage. Pets. This is very quick. You only need 2 pets. G-Drag. Preferably you can get an Antique Remedies on it to get extra strength. And then for clearing, you want, personally I use a Blaze, but a Phoenix is another good option. You want something that'll just give you extra survivability during builds and during supplies. Moving on to the equipment, it's pretty easy and straightforward. You want a full set of Molten and then a Lava Shell necklace. For these 3 pieces, the bracelet, belt, and cloak, you want Lifeline Mana Pool, preferably 7-6. For the Lava Shell necklace, you eventually want to get Lifeline MP as well, but just getting Lifeline for now is fine enough, just because the Lava Shell necklace is a fair bit more expensive than the rest. And then also, I would recommend getting a Molten necklace that is made for RCM, solely because it's good to have that on during clear, because you don't want to be limiting your healing during clear and where you desperately want the healing, especially if you don't have the Kuudra Follower artifact, or relic, whatever it is. Okay, so we're going to go a little bit slower through this, just because there is quite a few items that you need to do this effectively. So, let's just start with the basic items that are self-explanatory enough. Hype, Aspect of the Void, I'm not going to talk about keys or Kismet Feathers, because those are things you need, whatever. Those are nothing special. Okay, moving on to the actual items. So I think we're going to start with the items that you need in every tier of Kuudra, and then we'll go to the more specific tier 5 stuff after. So starting with helpful for every tier of Kuudra. Ender Pearls, any form of Lava Fishing Rod, the Open Shop menu you should always have. Fire Veil is nice, but definitely more useful in tier 5. The SOS Flare or any other orb, but it's usually better to have this just because it's cheaper to deploy. Outside of that, the other thing you're going to need is a Term. For this tier specifically, you want to get Duplex 5 on it, because it's very helpful. Okay, so I think we're just about ready to go to the actual items. Actually, we might as well just mention the Wither Cloak Sword as well. You can use this, or a Spirit Mask is another option, but this is just if your party messes up really badly, that's the only time you really need that. So now to the more specific tier 5 stuff. We have the Last Breath, because during the first phase, while everyone's getting supplies, if you don't have the supplies to be getting, you should be shooting him a couple times with the Last Breath, because reducing his defense by a ton is really helpful, especially in the last phase. Outside of that, you need an Endstone Sword, because this is used for mana draining in the last phase. A Ragnarok Axe, of course, buffing just you as a whole. Eventually you want to get Chimera as high as you can on this. I currently have Chimera 4, but I'd recommend getting to Chimera 3 as quickly as you can on that. And then these two are just very kind of straightforward. It's a Staff of the Volcano and a Wand of Strength. This is how you are getting yourself down to the HP needed to Lifeline. So I'm just give a quick example of that. Personally, how I do it is I use Wand of Strength, then the Staff of the Volcano, and then use the Wand of Strength twice, and then I'm down to enough health to be able to Lifeline, and I'm not healing anymore because of the Lava Shell Necklace. So this is a pretty quick and straightforward gear guide. If you have any questions, let me know down in the comments down below. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.